Pause. Breathe. Listen closely. This moment carries weight. January 7th stands as a rare turning point, a day long recognized in ancient disciplines as a gateway of release and renewal. Energy shifts quietly yet powerfully. Old cycles loosen their grip. New paths begin to open. Many overlook this window. Few understand its depth, even fewer know how to align with it correctly. I am Shi Heng Yi, and this message arrives with purpose. Across centuries, disciplined minds observed specific days where inner alignment brings outer change. January 7th holds such alignment, not through force, not through struggle, through clarity, stillness, and correct intention. Within this video, truth unfolds step by step. You will learn why financial stagnation often persists despite effort. You will learn how sound intention and awareness influence the flow of resources. Most importantly, you will learn why hearing a focused prayer on this day carries unusual strength even when spoken only once. Many search endlessly for breakthroughs. The wiser path centers on timing and alignment. When the inner state settles, the outer world responds. This principle remains constant, whether applied to discipline, wealth, or peace. Stay until the end. A deeper layer reveals itself gradually. Leaving early breaks the flow. Completion seals understanding. This channel exists to guide discipline of mind, energy, and spirit. Not through noise, through presence, through ancient wisdom refined for modern life. Welcome to Shaolin Divine Flow. Subscribe and walk this path with us. Silence carries a strength that words alone cannot command. True power often enters when the voice rests and attention becomes sharp. Hearing is not passive. It is a deep act of receiving. When a prayer is spoken toward you, the body responds before the mind interferes. The heart opens before doubt has time to rise. This is why listening activates abundance faster than effort. Effort tightens the system. Listening relaxes it. And abundance moves most easily through a calm and open channel. When speaking a prayer, the mind evaluates each word. It checks results. It questions timing. That inner noise scatters energy. But when listening, resistance weakens. The message enters fully without interruption. Sound travels beyond logic. Its vibration reaches places thought cannot access. Ancient traditions understood this clearly. Sacred teachings were first heard, not repeated. Wisdom was absorbed through presence long before speech was allowed. Listening trained the mind to receive, not to control. When a prayer is heard, the brain shifts into a receptive state. Stress dissolves. The sense of lack loosens its grip. The inner space where abundance forms becomes active without force. Money, like all resources, follows clarity, and clarity is born from stillness. Many push harder when life feels blocked. More effort, more pressure, more control, yet the gate opens in the opposite direction. To release, to quiet attention, to trust. When you listen, the ego steps aside. The need to perform disappears. Belief settles gently. The body accepts before the mind can reject. This is why one moment of true listening can outweigh long periods of struggle. Abundance responds not to tension, but to alignment created through hearing. Money begins long before it appears as numbers or paper. Its first form is energy. It responds to inner alignment, not desperation. When belief shifts, financial movement follows. When intention clears, opportunities rise naturally. This law operates quietly, yet consistently, shaping outcomes behind the scenes. Belief sets the direction. A mind trained to expect struggle sends mixed signals. A mind rooted in trust sends a steady message of openness. Energy follows clarity. When inner conflict dissolves, financial flow strengthens without force. Alignment means thoughts, emotions, and expectations moving together. When one part reaches forward and another pulls back, energy stalls. Many desire wealth yet fear responsibility. Many seek abundance yet cling to scarcity habits. These contradictions slow movement. Harmony accelerates it. Intention gives energy purpose. Without intention, energy scatters. With intention, it organizes. A calm, focused intention guides money towards stability, growth, and service. This focus acts like a signal drawing matching circumstances into motion. Stress disrupts flow. Gratitude restores it. The nervous system plays a silent role in finances. When tension dominates, opportunities remain unseen. When the body relaxes, perception sharpens. Choices improve. Timing aligns. Financial breakthroughs rarely arrive through force. They arrive through readiness. Readiness forms when inner resistance fades. This state cannot be rushed, only allowed. Release strengthens receiving. Holding tightly to lack confirms its presence. Letting go clears space. Energy moves into space that welcomes it. Unexpected paths often carry the greatest reward. Money may appear through new ideas, forgotten connections, or subtle shifts in routine. Alignment opens doors that effort alone cannot unlock. Right now, intention is settling. Belief is adjusting. Energy responds immediately. Flow begins quietly, gaining strength as resistance fades and trust stabilizes. Many people unknowingly stand in front of their own open door and still feel locked out. The block is rarely money itself. It lives deeper in fear learned over time. Fear of loss, fear of responsibility, fear of repeating past pain. These quiet thoughts shape outcomes long before results appear. Doubt speaks softly but persistently. It reminds the mind of moments when effort failed. It replays disappointment until the body expects it again. Over time, this expectation becomes familiar, and familiarity feels safe even when it limits growth. The mind chooses what feels known over what feels possible. Past experiences leave energetic traces: a business loss, a broken promise, a season of struggle. These moments teach the nervous system to stay alert, guarded. When opportunity approaches, the body tightens instead of opening. This reaction happens unconsciously, without deliberate choice. Many ask for abundance while preparing for disappointment. They say they want change, yet emotionally rehearse failure. This split creates resistance. Energy cannot flow smoothly through contradiction. The door appears open, yet the inner signal says, "Not safe." Scarcity thinking often disguises itself as realism. Caution becomes control. Control becomes tension. Tension restricts flow. Wealth responds poorly to force but naturally to ease. Another block forms through identity. When struggle becomes part of self-image, abundance feels unfamiliar. Receiving then feels undeserved or temporary. The mind pushes it away to protect its sense of balance. Letting go requires courage. Releasing old disappointment means releasing part of the past self. Many hold on because they confuse pain with protection. Yet protection built on fear weakens over time. Awareness begins the shift. Seeing the pattern loosens it. Naming fear reduces its grip. Each moment of calm replaces an old signal with a new one. As resistance softens, space opens. Energy notices. Movement begins quietly. The door responds not to effort, but to readiness formed through inner release. January 7th carries the mark of transition. It stands between release and renewal, a moment where the weight of past patterns can be set down. In many traditions, this day represents closure, the quiet ending of cycles that no longer serve growth. Financial energy responds strongly to such thresholds. A reset does not erase effort. It reorganizes direction. When intention aligns with timing, movement accelerates. January 7th offers that alignment. It invites the mind to stop rehearsing lack and begin accepting flow. Lack persists when it is repeatedly named. Overflow begins when space is created. This day encourages space, not through denial, but through conscious release. Old narratives around money loosen their hold when attention shifts away from them. Symbolic moments hold power because the mind recognizes them as permission to change. On January 7th, the nervous system receives a signal that it is safe to let go. Safety allows openness. Openness invites movement. Financial reset begins internally. The decision to stop carrying yesterday's fear changes today's signal. When fear no longer dominates expectation, opportunity finds room to enter. This shift often feels subtle at first. Calm replaces tension. Trust replaces urgency. Reset also restores balance. Giving and receiving return to harmony. Effort meets support. Action meets timing. The flow stabilizes rather than surges and collapses. Many experience unexpected clarity on such days. Ideas surface. Paths appear. Choices feel lighter. These moments are not random. They reflect internal alignment, responding to a recognized turning point. Overflow does not always arrive loudly. It begins as a sense of ease, a gentle knowing that survival no longer dominates attention. From this state, better decisions arise naturally. January 7th invites the mind to release its grip, to step out of repetition, to allow a new rhythm to form. Financial energy responds when intention aligns with timing, and timing is now opening quietly before you. Logic measures only what it can already see. It studies patterns, calculates risk, and predicts outcomes based on the past. This approach protects survival, yet it cannot create miracles. Breakthroughs appear when the mind releases its demand for proof. Faith operates differently. It moves ahead of evidence. It aligns the inner state with an outcome before the path becomes visible. This alignment shifts behavior, timing, and perception in ways logic cannot anticipate. Many financial changes arrive suddenly because preparation happened internally first. The outer result appears abrupt, yet the inner shift was already complete. Logic would call it coincidence. Faith recognizes it as response. When reason says impossible, it often means unfamiliar. The mind resists paths it cannot map, yet life expands through routes never planned. Opportunities emerge through conversations, delays, or redirections that logic once judged as obstacles. Faith does not reject action, it refines it. Action guided by trust carries calm. Calm improves judgment. Improved judgment changes outcomes. This sequence unfolds quietly without struggle. Miracles bypass reason because they operate beyond expectation. Expectation limits. Trust opens. When expectation dissolves, pressure fades. Pressure often blocks the very flow it seeks to control. Many delay belief until results appear. This reverses the order. In natural law, belief creates readiness. Readiness invites response. Response confirms belief. Faith initiates the cycle. Financial breakthroughs often occur after surrender, not planning. A release of urgency clears perception. Suddenly, a solution appears obvious, though it remained invisible before. Logic then follows, explaining what faith already allowed. Faith steadies the nervous system. A steady system detects opportunity faster. It senses timing. It recognizes alignment. From this state, decisions feel simple rather than forced. When logic steps aside, space opens. In that space, movement begins. Not loudly, not dramatically, but precisely where it is needed most. That weighs heavier in the mind than on paper. Stress tightens the body long before bills appear. Scarcity thinking lives quietly in daily thoughts, shaping decisions without being noticed. These inner pressures restrict flow more than circumstances ever could. Holding constant worry signals danger. The nervous system responds by closing. When closed, perception narrows. Possibilities go unseen, even when opportunity stands nearby. Tension blocks recognition. Releasing does not mean ignoring responsibility. It means loosening emotional attachment to fear. When fear releases, clarity returns. Clear thinking improves choices. Improved choices change outcomes. Stress convinces the mind that survival requires control. Control breeds tension. Tension limits movement. Money, like energy, avoids tight spaces. It circulates through openness and calm. Scarcity thinking repeats old stories. There is not enough. Time is running out. Effort must increase. These beliefs exhaust the system. Exhaustion lowers awareness. Awareness is required for opportunity. Letting go emotionally sends a new signal. Safety replaces urgency. The body relaxes. Relaxation expands perception. From expansion, new paths appear naturally. Death loses power when it stops defining identity. A situation is not the self. When this separation occurs, shame dissolves. Without shame, the mind stays open. Open minds adapt faster. Gratitude interrupts scarcity instantly. It grounds attention in sufficiency. Even small acknowledgements shift energy. The system responds with balance rather than defense. Space forms when old mental patterns release their grip. This space invites flow. Money moves toward environments that feel stable and receptive. Release begins internally, not with numbers, with breath, with calm awareness, with the decision to stop feeding fear. As tension fades, alignment strengthens, and within alignment, movement begins quietly, without struggle. Gratitude is more than a polite thought. It is a signal that the mind and spirit are ready to receive. When attention rests on what is already present, energy shifts from lack to abundance. This shift is subtle yet powerful. It rearranges perception and opens doors unseen. Thankfulness quiets the inner critic. It softens the tension that scarcity thinking creates. The mind no longer clings to fear or frustration. In that stillness, opportunities can enter without resistance. Energy moves freely toward clarity and readiness. Gratitude also rewires expectation. The brain notices patterns of appreciation. It begins to anticipate positive outcomes rather than defaulting to worry. This anticipation shapes behavior. Decisions become clearer. Actions become more aligned with growth. Even small acknowledgements carry weight. A single moment of genuine thanks sends a signal that echoes throughout the system. Appreciation for the simplest things: air, health, a kind thought, a small success, prepares the mind to recognize greater blessings. Spiritually, gratitude vibrates at a frequency that matches abundance. The act of feeling thankful resonates with what you wish to attract. Like attracts like, not only in thought, but in energetic presence. By cultivating thankfulness, you tune yourself to the flow of generosity, opportunity, and unexpected provision. When practiced consistently, gratitude forms a foundation for miracles. It transforms waiting into preparation. Patience becomes active rather than passive. The mind and heart shift into receiving mode naturally, without strain. This is why the miracle begins before it appears. Feeling thankful now primes the system to accept it fully when it arrives. Every financial opportunity, every moment of abundance enters a space that is already receptive. Gratitude makes the invisible tangible. It prepares the ground, clears the pathway, and signals readiness. The mind is open. The heart is open. And in this openness, the first currents of the miracle begin to flow. Abundance rarely arrives exactly as expected. Money often comes from doors you did not see, from people you never anticipated, or from opportunities that appear sudden and unfamiliar. The mind resists these paths at first because they feel unpredictable. Yet the most powerful flow occurs precisely where expectation ends. Opening yourself begins with willingness. A small shift in perception allows recognition of sources previously ignored. A forgotten connection may reappear. A past effort may bear fruit unexpectedly. Even chance encounters can turn into opportunities when the mind is receptive. Limiting beliefs block unseen pathways. Thoughts like "this can't work" or "this isn't for me" act as invisible barriers. Removing these thoughts creates space. The energy of possibility can enter freely. When you stop controlling every detail, life delivers solutions you could not design yourself. Unexpected sources often carry lessons. They challenge the mind to release attachment to plans and timing. They teach trust in the unseen, in the flow of alignment, and in the natural order of cause and effect. Money arriving this way is accompanied by insight and preparation for future abundance. Being open does not mean passivity. It means alert presence, readiness to act when opportunity arises. It means embracing flexibility while maintaining focus on intention. Energy moves toward those who are aware, adaptable, and calm. Surprise wealth can manifest through creative ideas, sudden financial gifts, new partnerships, or resources returning from previous investments. Sometimes it is as subtle as an unexpected solution that reduces expenses or opens a hidden path to growth. The more you welcome these possibilities, the faster they manifest. Expectation loosens, resistance softens, energy flows. Each small opening leads to a larger current. The mind becomes a receiver, not a planner. The heart becomes a magnet, attracting the abundance that aligns with your intention, readiness, and openness. In this state, money no longer follows predictable patterns. It arrives in alignment with flow, timing, and purpose from sources beyond calculation or design, yet perfectly suited to your life. Now is the moment to align fully with the energy of abundance. Calm your mind, settle your body, let the tension of doubt and past struggle dissolve. This is a sacred space, a space where intention meets opportunity. As you listen, allow yourself to feel connected to a higher source of provision. Divine abundance is not distant. It is present in every breath, every heartbeat, and every thought rooted in trust. The mind that relaxes, the heart that opens, becomes a clear channel for its flow. Release expectation of timing or form. The prayer you are about to hear is not a request bound by limitation. It is an alignment, a tuning of energy to the frequency of prosperity, clarity, and movement. Listen fully, receive fully. Let each word settle into your awareness, into the space where fear once held control. This is not a moment of effort, but of surrender. Surrender does not mean inaction, it means allowing. Allowing the current of abundance to enter through clarity, focus, and intention. Every repetition, every vibration of this prayer strengthens the signal you send to the universe, to life, and to your own potential. Feel the presence of this energy as it gathers around you. Let your body respond with calm openness. Let your mind release the past and future, centering entirely in this present moment. Here, nothing blocks the flow. Here, readiness aligns perfectly with provision. As the prayer begins, breathe deeply. Absorb the words. Let them resonate with your belief. Let them settle in your heart as a seed of certainty. This is the beginning of connection, the initiation of movement, the invitation for abundance to manifest in ways beyond planning, beyond expectation, and beyond limitation. Listen closely. Receive with awareness. Align your intention fully. The doorway is open. The energy is moving. You are prepared to receive the abundance that is already forming around you. Abundance is not only personal, it extends beyond the present moment, reaching into every area of life, into family, into future generations. When you speak with certainty, affirming overflow, stability, and wealth, you are not simply wishing for money, you are shaping energy into tangible form. Begin by declaring stability. Let your mind and body accept that security is possible. Feel it as a natural state rather than a distant goal. When stability takes root internally, every action becomes more precise, every choice more aligned. Financial decisions no longer stem from fear, but from clarity. Overflow begins in the heart. Speak it as if it is already present. Picture resources multiplying naturally, arriving through work, creativity, opportunity, and unexpected channels. The energy of abundance expands when recognized and acknowledged. By affirming overflow, you open space for more than necessity. You invite prosperity without limitation. Generational wealth is created not by accumulation alone, but by mindset, by patterns, by energy passed from one life to the next. When you affirm this wealth, you send signals that shape the habits, attitudes, and opportunities of those who follow. The present becomes the seed, and the future becomes fertile. Affirmation carries power because it aligns thought, word, and intention. Speaking financial peace into existence shifts resistance into acceptance. The body and mind synchronize with the vibration of prosperity. Energy that once moved in cycles of lack now circulates freely, attracting support, solutions, and opportunities naturally. Each word spoken with focus strengthens this signal. Each breath taken in alignment deepens trust. Peace enters where anxiety once lived. Confidence replaces hesitation. The flow of money, ideas, and opportunity begins to mirror the state of your inner world. By affirming abundance, stability, and generational wealth, you step fully into the current of financial harmony. The energy you create now shapes both today and tomorrow, transforming scarcity into security, struggle into growth, and potential into manifest reality. Take a deep breath and feel the truth of this moment. The prayer is complete. The energy is aligned. Trust flows naturally because what you have called forth is already in motion. Every thought, every intention, every word spoken, has set the current of abundance moving toward you. The miracle is not waiting, it has begun. Carry this certainty with you. Let it settle in your heart and mind. Release all doubt, all worry, all hesitation. You are in harmony with the flow of prosperity. You are ready to receive. Your path is opening. Your opportunities are forming. And your life is stepping into the fullness that you deserve. If this prayer resonated with you, show your support by liking this video and subscribing to Shaolin Divine Flow. Join a community that walks the path of awareness, abundance, and transformation together. Remember, abundance begins in alignment, grows through intention, and arrives when trust replaces fear. Stand in that trust, feel that certainty, and know this: the universe is already working in your favor. Step forward with faith, move with calm, and receive with gratitude. Your miracle is here, your flow is unstoppable, and your abundance is just beginning.